touchdown run today, just sort of the emotion that you had after that. Just what did you see and how did it feel to get the first one of the year?
You know, we was practicing it all week, you know, and to see the O-line, the way the O-line just blocked it up, I mean, the whole thing just opened up perfectly. It was just on me to get into the end zone. So, you know, I was very excited that the O-line, the way they're performing right now is great. So it just opened up for me, and then when I got in, it's like we practiced it, you know. Once you practice something, you expect like the perfect everything to play out once you practice it so well. So that's exactly what happened.
I guess John Blau with the Post Inquirer, I guess what exactly was the play? I guess did it work in practice?
I mean, the whole play was just like it's a draw. So basically, you just, you know, it's a read for the quarterback, but it's just a draw play, you know. Just depends on whatever goes on.
Greenville News. When Phil Maffa went down on Saturday and you entered to replace him, kind of what was going through your head in that moment of seeing Maffa down and it was kind of your time to go in and fill that role?
Really just do your job, you know. Regardless, you know, if anybody goes down, it's next man up regardless for anybody. So, like, really it wasn't anything different going through my mind than what I would normally be thinking during the whole situation.
Chase Justice with WYFF News 4. How beneficial has it been for your game to get so much playing time this young in your career, this early in the season?
It's been great, actually. You know, when I first came in behind Ship and Moff, you know, it's just taking in, just learning everything I can from veteran people, you know. So you never want to take that type of thing for granted at all. So, like, Phil Maffa still being here while I'm still young is still a great opportunity for me to learn and get to know, like, a bunch of things he's experienced the whole time since he's been here. So it's great to have both with that guy, Phil Maffa, in there.
The David Hood with TigerNet, an underrated part of Phil's game is his pass protection. Are you able to watch that and learn from that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Phil is great. I mean, he makes us, like, for every running back, we all go through Phil. Like, since he's the senior, he's that guy. So we all go through Phil. Phil, I mean, you can ask Phil anything. He pretty much knows the answer. Like, Phil is probably, I ain't gonna say he's never wrong, but like Phil knows exactly what's going on. So going through pass protection, if you got any questions, you know, you can always ask Phil. He'll let you know like what keys, like what, if a guy's looking inside, like all type of keys and anything, Phil, he can let you know like what's there to come.
What are some of the things that Phil's taught you that stand out to you so far?
Phil he's taught me patience a lot, because like Phil is the type of guy like he can see it happening before it even happens. So, like, he's taught me patience. He's also just taught me to, like, just play the game, you know. Like, just don't be nervous. Just go out there and play so you don't have anything to slow you down. Just go have fun.
How have you noticed the confidence of this offense grow over the course of the past two games?
I watched this offense. Honestly, I watched this offense since the spring and the summer. I watched everything change from last year. We've seen it all since the start of the spring through the summer. So, like, you know, this right now is not shocking to me, honestly. It's not shocking. Like, we all seen it coming, to be honest. So, you know, it's great to see it out of practice and hard work that we put in during the spring and the summer come to the lights on Saturday night in Death Valley. So, yeah.
We saw Phil's speed past couple of weeks, but who's the fastest in that room?
You know, I don't know, honestly. I mean, I would say myself, but, I mean, that's like with any athlete, they're going to call themselves the fastest, you know. But, I mean, nobody's ever, like, raced or anything, so I don't know yet. I don't know 100%.
Jumbo Fowler with the state. You were not a huge recruit rankings-wise coming out of high school, just standing here. I mean, Dabo said a few days ago, you've kind of emerged as the second running back for this team behind Phil. Just like how proud of you of the journey you've taken to get to where you're like RB2 at Clemson right now?
You know, it's been a great journey considering like my first year. I went through a bunch of injuries. You know, in my career, I really haven't had any injuries until I got here. So it's been a great journey, knowing that my family still been there to support me, all my teammates, coaches still believing in me. You know, so after like going through injuries and all, like it's just, you know, it's tough for any athlete to go through a bunch of injuries. But my journey has just been like staying the course, just keeping a routine for every day, just keep doing the same things over and over so you can get a great routine to help prevent any of that stuff happening. So yeah, it's been a great journey.
To go back to high school, I know you're kind of a late bloomer in terms of getting power cup offers and stuff. When did Clemson come in, and how did you decide on them, and how did kind of that whole recruiting process go?
Clemson came in around, it was like week 5 of my high school season, so I didn't have any offers before then. So, yeah, Clemson came in after then. After a good game, I put up almost like 500 yards in one game. So then they came in there. And then that changed my whole, after Clemson talked to me, it changed my whole, like, scouting thing, like, whatever you want to, like, put it. But, yeah, Clemson changed it and sprouted everything up. So, yeah, basically, Coach Spiller and Dabo changed my life.
How do you even get 500 yards in a game? Like, what do you remember from that?
Just basically, really, again, my O-line, honestly. So, like, my O-line opened up, like, great holes all game. And I caught I think a screen play. I caught a screen, but most of the time it's just like inside zone in high school where my O-line just blocked it up, had it up perfect.
How tired are you after a game you run 500 yards?
Surprisingly, I wasn't that tired, to be honest. I don't know. It was after halftime, I just caught like a good energy burst, I guess. So yeah, I really wasn't that tired, but the next morning I was pretty tired, but during that night I wasn't tired at all.
Talk about Phil telling you got nothing to be nervous about. Was there a little bit of like anxiousness or nervous energy coming into the season just because you hadn't gotten to play consistently yet?
No, sir, not really. I don't say I was nervous because like it's all like preparation. Like if you prep for something, I feel like you shouldn't be nervous. You should be able to go out and play, So just being with Coach, being behind C.J. Spiller and Phil Moffa, knowing that veteran guys. I mean, obviously you got C.J. Spiller, like one of the best to come through. So just taking everything I learned from Coach Spiller, everything I learned from Phil, from Ship, and just being prepared, making sure I take it upon myself to prepare. It's just no reason to be nervous.
A lot of people kind of see you as a maybe shorter, quicker, change of pace back in comparison to Phil's style. How comfortable are you, receiving, and I think that's kind of part of your game that gets you on the field?
Yeah, I'm very, very comfortable receiving the ball. It just all depends what's in the game plan. I feel like I'd be able to like just go and be able to do whatever coach has. That's really like with the whole running back room, honestly though. So like I feel like everybody in that room is able to change the game in a bunch of different type of ways. So yeah.
And kick return, I know is something else you've been working in on. How long have you been doing that, and what do you like about that first one?
I've been doing the kick return since the summer, just getting into it. I really didn't do kick return much, like in high school, but getting into it up here, it's just, taking in, just practicing. It's just a lot of practice, honestly. Just making sure that your guys do their part. So then if they do their part, I have to do my part if I return it. So.
What do you think kind of help you stand out for coaches to be comfortable kind of putting you back there on kick return?
I would think like the way I practice and the way like I guess I have like a good change of pace and like speed and vision. So I think that would help me get back there and kick return.
So then Clemson's offer kind of changed your recruiting journey. Do you always want to go to Clemson after that offer, or when did you decide on coming here?
Yeah, definitely. I think, Clemson was always number one. They've been number one. I mean, I took a few other visits, but none of them really like competed with Clemson, to be honest.
Jay, you talk about your patience, working under veterans and then going through injuries. I know Jarvis Green kind of goes through the same thing. What have you seen from him in that room?
Through Jarvis? Yeah. Jarvis, I've seen Jarvis just put his head down and work. Honestly, we both kind of had the same injury. I mean, different spots in the injury, but like it's basically the same thing. I just seen him every day. He's at treatment early in the morning, 6 a.m., just working, basically going through the same thing I did. So like I know how he's feeling, but I just seen him put his head down and keep working. Like he's never stopped on his routine or anything. He just always kept his routine going. He's just been doing that same thing ever since before he got the injury. He's just been keeping that same routine. So I seen him sprout up from when he first got injured.
Any questions virtually for Jay? Anybody else in the room?
I remember when Brian Westco was telling us about his touchdown, his first one, he blacked out completely. I remember you had one or two last year, but when you score this last weekend? Do you black out, or like do you hear the crowd? Or what,
Yeah, nah, I don't black out. I definitely hear the crowd. The crowd is, it's kind of hard not to hear Death Valley, to be honest with you. It's one of the best places to play. So, I don't black out. Like, it's just, I see the fans. I try to interact with the fans, then go and interact with my old linemen because they're the reason I got in there. So, yeah.
Probably watch C.J. Spiller on your TV growing up, just to get here and work with him. What's that like?
Working with C.J. Spiller is, it's crazy. Every day my father brings it up to me. He's like, you're in a great spot right now, being able to talk and like you see C.J. Spiller every day, So it's great to be able to be behind C.J. Spiller because he's already played it at an elite and the top level of the game. So he knows everything about the game basically. So whatever he takes, you take it into mind, should be able to help you go out and finish the job.
You keep kind of giving praise to the O-line for helping you score and other aspects of the game. How have you kind of seen them grown from last season to this season, from your perspective?
Yes, definitely. The O-line, we've seen it. We've seen it since the spring. It was just their mentality changed. Like everything about the O-line changed. You start seeing guys take different things way much more seriously. The guys taking coaching very different. Like they just improved each and every way possible during the whole process of this year.
Anyone else for Jay? All right, Jay. Thank you, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.